Okay, do this again. Um, Welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about the difference between having a physical stock and a versus not having one. Things like ProTube and whatnot. So the idea is that having a stock in real life gives you some support to stabilize your weapons with. This has both advantages and disadvantages. The advantages being that yes, it does give you more support, but you have to remember that it also takes away from a lot of your mobility. You have to insert and release your controllers from your stock. Some of them are insert mechanisms like I have, where it just sets inside. There's a little tube that holds it, and that's it. It sets inside, so you have to pull the controller out before you can do any other movement. If I was to try and just move my controller, it would yank the front of my gun. So that's one kind. I've also seen another kind that has a magnetic attachment. I would assume that'd be a whole lot more mobile and probably better. But those ones run about 119 to 120 bucks, so they're not that bad. But what I'll be talking about is the difference in stability, because it is dramatic. So the stock that I have is actually homemade, built out of PVC pipe that I measured to my shoulder to give me a pretty accurate representation of where a gun stock would be in real life. Now, I'll give you a quick example of the difference between having a stock and not having a stock. So this is not having a stock. This is me just trying to hold the controllers to do this, and I'll run through the tests here in a second, but this is just holding the controllers. And as you can see, anything that's not, if I can't rest my arm on my knee, it's all over the place. Didn't even hit anywhere near where I was aiming. Now, on the other hand, if I put in my stock, get it pulled around here. Put in my stock. Now my stock's a little more difficult to mess with because it is homemade. I would definitely recommend going and buying a stock. But having anything to brace your arms with, you can already see by the stability of my gun that it does leaps and bounds. For your accuracy, for your stability, exactly. Put it exactly where I wanted it every time. So it is quite dramatic, as you can see. But I will be running through some cycles here to get some actual numbers on the board that I can go off of to tell me exactly how much of a difference having a stock makes versus not having a stock. So let's kick this off. Reload here. Not going for time so much as I am general accuracy. Just seeing how much on point I can get my shots in a high stress situation, how much this stock gives me in target acquisition, speeding up my target acquisition, and putting my bullets on target. So we're sitting at 81% accuracy. Obviously, I'm not the best shot in the world. Still got about 20% there that so there's 20% of the time I'm not going to land my shots. But that was with my stock. Now, I'll give you a little demonstration. Now, I'm naturally, if you're like me, I am kind of a high energy person. I really like this stuff because it's very real feeling. I used to do a lot of airsoft. And so my adrenaline's naturally high. When my adrenaline gets going, I get real shaky. So we're going to give this a shot without a stock. Here we go. Whew, already not doing well. Yep. As you can see, keeping your hands lined up is kind of something that you get used to, but the mobility, for instance, there, reloading was so much faster than doing it with a stock. So here's without a stock. And I'll put the stock on real fast and show you with the stock. From here. Oh shit. Well, let's do this again. From the starting position. Here we go. A little bit slower. So already you lose some mobility adding a stock, but you make up for it in gun control, accuracy, because I find myself trying to put my controller way up into my shoulder, tucking my stock in there, trying to do this number, and when you get here too close to your headset, it can't track your controller that well. Controller really needs to be out a few inches away from your face at least, so that your cameras can see it and track it accurately. Oh, come on. There we go. See, it's getting off again because I keep bringing it too close to my face. So obviously, you know, either way works. 63%. Holy crap. That's bad. So you can tell why I at least use a stock. And it's not about what kind of stock you have, it's about what kind of stock works for you. So I just watched it was a World Series for Onward, and those guys, you know, some of them were using stick, you know, where you insert your controllers like I have, and then other ones were using magnetics. So it's all about figuring out which stock works for you, which stock fits you. I believe going forward in the future, how customizable your stocks can be are going to be huge. Like, for instance, if I could lower my stock for an SMG, well, I'll just show you here. So my stock, well, actually, that's not a very good accurate representation. This one. So this one right here. So you have to hold it here, but there's where my handle is. So it still works. I guess they've got some mechanics in the game that help with that for probably 4 people with stocks. But generally, I would think it'd be much more convenient to have a stock that could maybe collapse and actually fit to the margins of this gun. It'd make it feel more immersive, more in-depth. So that's my video about stocks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was enlightening. Hope I didn't ramble or sound stupid. Leave a like if you would.